My neighbor is the biggest creep ever. Creep. What's up and welcome back to my channel. I'm Diana and I'm the creator of Money Boss Mama, where I teach women how to save money, pay off debt, shift their money mindsets, as well as stick to a budget. And last week was payday, so I am doing a down payment transfer update for you guys. If you are new here, I have a goal to save $10,000 for a down payment on a duplex so that I can house hack now that I'm debt free and now that I have my emergency fund fully funded. So I also decided that I would do like a little life update in this video as well, because some things have changed a little bit, and it's going to be a life update in regards to my finances, obviously, because that's what I talk about here on this channel. So before we get into the changes, I would like to go over my new down payment total that I have applied towards my $10,000 goal. I contribute $320 every paycheck, and I get paid bi-weekly, so $640 a month. And anything extra, I will always try to apply it to my sinking fund for the down payment as well. So last video we left off at $960, and so with this paycheck I rolled over $320, but I also put an additional $40 to get that $960 up to a flat $1,000. So now we are at $1,320 applied to the goal. So we're getting there, not quite as fast as with my emergency fund because I don't have any extra money rolling in, but still we're getting there. And I think that this will be like a little more inspirational to those people who kind of turn their noses up when it comes to like tax refunds and stuff, because they don't see it as saving. So with this emergency fund, most of it will be the from my income, my earnings from my actual income. So I'm going to show you all that you can still do it regardless of if you get extra money or not. Now, when it comes to like my life updates, I did share with you all that I was putting my son in private school. So I had a sinking fund with a little over $1,000 in the sinking fund for any. My neighbor is the biggest creep ever. Creep. Okay, anyway. He's like just staring at me through the window. When it comes to my life updates, I did share with you all that I would be putting my son in private school because I make too much for him to be eligible for the pre-K programs here. You have to be under the federal poverty line, and my income was over that amount. So I was going to put him in private school because I want him to be prepared for kindergarten. But after going to see the private school that was down the street from my my duplex where I live, I sat on it, I prayed on it, and I sat on it again. I had the application filled out, but just like, I don't know, I'm an energy person. Like, I go off vibes because I feel like internally we know when something is off naturally. We're all given those natural gifts, but kind of like mentally we kind of talk ourselves out of what we already knew. But in my area, there aren't a lot of Black families that go to private school. I believe that's mainly because of resources. We just can't afford it. And so going in, I was kind of side-eyed and looked at a little, it was just very odd. It was very off. Some of you watching may know that awkward smile, that kind of like. And my son, he's 3, he's almost 4, he's very sweet, he's like me, he's very introverted, and he's very sensitive. So I don't want to subject my child or any of my kids to treatment that may be a little unfair. And that's just not a route that I want to go to. And I told my mom as well, and she agreed that it would probably be best to leave him where he is, which is at his daycare. They do prep them some for kindergarten, but I just honestly, when it comes to my kids, I can rough it out. You know, when it comes to certain treatment for being different, but when it comes to my children, like absolutely, there's no understanding when it comes to my kids. So he will not be going to private school, which means that I have over $1,000 in a sinking fund that will help me cover his daycare costs, but also I'm going to disperse it to my other sinking funds as well. I did use a bit to purchase Mother's Day gifts for my mom and my stepmom. So he's at about $960 in his sinking fund right now. And I do have essential worker vouchers that are paying for daycare right now through DHS. And I had someone ask in another video, was this just for Arkansas? No, to my understanding, it's most states. Just Google essential worker childcare assistance in your state and it may direct you to the DHS of your state. And if they are still accepting applications, I recommend putting in your application because I didn't feel like I was an essential worker, but I was approved. And so I do have funds that are automatically deducted from my paycheck going to a flexible spending account for dependent care. So I'm just letting that kind of sit on itself as well in my FSA because I'm not using the funds right now. But I might do a video showing how I am going to use the money that was in the sinking fund. But that was one of the positive things that came out of this. And I know that YouTube has a lot of opinionated people on here, but I'm not going to go back and forth with anyone in regards to my experiences when it comes to being treated differently. And I know what's best for my kids. And as a mother, I just feel like everyone should respect a mother's decision when it comes to her children, especially if she's trying to do right by them. So private school is out. I have more money now to work with, and going forward I'm just going to have to change my plans when it comes to pre-K, suck it up, get some books and stuff, and help prepare him at home as well. I also want to talk about the little setback that I had after I got my emergency fund fully funded. Like, you know, it always seems to happen when you have a goal that you just reached, a setback tries to happen. And so after I got my emergency fund fully funded, I had a situation come up that I had to handle, which cost me $2,500. I am on like a payment plan, but luckily my affiliate earnings that I am getting is covering most of the costs. I did use one of my affiliate earnings that was helping to cover it a different way because graduation is coming up. I did not want to change my $320 contribution, and so I used a little bit of the other affiliate earnings that I got to help gift my little brother and little sister because they are graduating one day apart from each other. So I have that set aside for them. I put the rest in my business account just to help cover my monthly subscriptions. And so I have another affiliate paycheck coming in that will cover the bulk, but I'm still going to be out about right now $100. I have $100 after my other check comes in. I did wind up paying like $400 out of my own pocket since I didn't apply the other earnings to it, but you will probably see me change my contribution a little bit next paycheck if I don't come across some extra money that I feel comfortable moving over. But I just wanted to kind of say that because I know a lot of times people watch these videos, they think nothing happens, no one ever has to adjust their contributions. When you have a goal, sometimes the amount that you calculate is going to have to change. Sometimes you may not be able to contribute anything at all. And it was the same thing for my debt-free journey. Some months I couldn't make extra payments. Some months I just had to pay the minimum and keep it going. But literally one thing that will separate you from the people who make it and the people who don't is not going to be the fact that their financial literacy is higher than yours. It's going to be the fact that they stay consistent. Like, I don't know it all. I don't know everything. I'm not the smartest person in the world when it comes to, you know, finances, but I was able to become debt free because I stayed consistent And like whatever it is that I want to do, I'm going to out consistency you. Like if that's a word, I am going to stick to the plan no matter what goes wrong. And you have to develop that mindset with anything in life, anything that you're trying to achieve. Just know that when you set a goal, it's going to seem like everything is going wrong because now you're laser focused on something. Kind of like when you're running late in the morning, you notice that you're hitting all these stoplights. Whereas before you may just automatically assume that all the lights were green, but you are laser focused on getting to this certain place and you're late. And so you're picking up on all of these red lights, all of these stoplights. It's the same thing with your goal. Certain things are going to happen. You may have to stop, handle that, but then get right back on track. And that's what's going to get you to the destination you're trying to reach. And so same thing with me. I expect that some things will pop up. I am put in a more, I want to say fortunate position because I'm debt free and I have a fully funded emergency fund now, but I don't want anyone to use that as an excuse as to why they can't do it. Like you can do it too, because I used to do that as well. And it just literally kept me stuck in the same spot. But these were my updates. I'm not going to update you guys on my singles challenge. I had about $10 that I rolled over into my stack. But honestly, y'all, I have just been everywhere. And I also want to do like a little confessional. Sorry if this video is everywhere, all over the place. My mind is kind of all over the place. But y'all, I have been doing so terrible when it comes to eating out. I know. So the budgeter is doing terrible when it comes to eating out. I'm not coming over budget, but I'm literally eating through my personal funds as well as my grocery budget. I'm not going to give you guys an excuse as to why I've been eating out. I just know that I've been busy. I am very fortunate that I've been busy with my coaching as well as keeping my Instagram up and running. I'm trying to get these videos out for you guys. I've just been lazy. I've been lazy and I've been falling victim to my own excuses. So with that being said, I did share to my Instagram story recently that I am on a no eating out challenge for the week. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before where I would just set aside eating out days as Friday and Saturday. It serves as like an incentive to get through the week. It just makes it more of a treat and it motivates you to stay consistent because you know if you could get through these days, eat out day starts Friday and you can really enjoy it because it's actually working with your budget. So I'm going to go back to that for a while until I can get myself together. But I am linking an Instagram story template that you guys can use. It's like a calendar, and every day that you eat out or you don't eat out, you'll mark a check if you made it or an X if you didn't make it. I really do hope that you guys join me as we work to get ourselves together. All right, y'all, so that wraps up this video. Don't forget to leave how your goals are going below, and then I will catch you in the next one.